Hi everyone, welcome to Added Greek Intermediate Level 1, Greek 201. So I'm Professor Murray, and for those of you who don't know me already, I am Associate Professor of Classics in Modern and Classical Languages. Now in this short video, I'll go over the logistics of the course. I'll talk about how we're going to use Canvas and the course website, and I'll also go over the important points of the syllabus. For example, the fact that we will no longer be using Lushnik, but instead we'll be using the combination of Mastronarde and reading Greek. So this combination of texts will be more helpful to us, I think, in getting us from adapted Greek to unadapted Greek prose easier. And we'll be reading excerpts from the famous authors such as Longus's Daphnis and Chloe, Lucian's True Histories, and Plato's Crito, as well as the Republic. And if we have time, we will also read some snippets from Herodotus and Thucydides. So first, let's talk about Canvas and what you're going to find when you get there. Okay, so now we'll look at Canvas. So this should be what you see. I put this in student view, and here you'll see that there's only a few options available. There's the home page, which is where we are, and there's a calendar, etc. To use Canvas, there's probably some kind of instructional video there that you all might be familiar with. That's not the purpose of this video. This video is to tell you what we have on Canvas. We won't be using Canvas that frequently, except for I'm going to be making announcements through Canvas. I will be updating the assignments so that you know when they're due. Sometimes you might have to upload your assignment through Canvas, and other kinds of things like that. But I'm not a fan of Canvas, so I won't be using it that much. Now, so our class is going to be meeting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 1 to 1:50 p.m. and it's going to be in person in Patterson Hall 106. Now, as a caveat, we will be trying our best to reduce the possibility of spreading COVID infection. And so, honestly, if anyone in the class tests positive, we will be immediately moving to online. So I strongly encourage everyone to practice the best practices to keep yourself safe and to protect everyone else from the spread. So right now we're going to be in person, but as I said, the first sign of COVID, we're going online. So let's just not do that. I also have a Zoom link here. So in the event that, God forbid, anyone tests positive, we will move to this Zoom link. Now, the important thing for us will be the website, and that's here. And this is the passcode. This is on Canvas is the only place where you will get the password. So it's capital GRK 201. Very easy to remember. Okay. Now, as far as the course is the third installment in the 4-semester sequence of language acquisition courses that we teach. This course, students are going to consolidate the principles of ancient Greek grammar and syntax while reading adapted texts in Greek. And finally, you're going to be transitioning to the original language. And as I said, we're going to be looking at moving from JACT's reading Greek adapted texts to excerpts from Longus's Daphnis and Chloe, Lucian's True Histories, and Plato's Crito and Republic. And if time permits, we will also try to get in some Herodotus and Thucydides. Now, so why do we have a course website and Canvas? As I said, so the course website will be where most of the course material is going to be kept, and all the resources will be linked there. And Canvas is primarily going to be used for announcements, for keeping communication. You guys can use it for group projects. I'll put links to the Zoom recordings on here. And you guys, anything that needs to be uploaded, it'll be uploaded through Canvas, but you can always email it to me as well. Your grades are going to be posted there. Now, you notice that I didn't put grades here because I'm only going to be making the grades available to you at the midterm and close to the final, because everybody tends to freak out when you're constantly having your grades up. With as many kind of quizzes and things that we're going to be having, it's too confusing if everybody is getting updates on their phone about the grades. That's one of the things I hate about Canvas. All right. As far as how to get in touch with me, my office is in Patterson Office Tower. That is the tall building on the 10th floor, room 77. Chances are I might not be there. The best way to get me is actually emailing me and setting up an appointment, or showing up in office hours. My office hours are going to be virtual this semester. So here is the meeting Zoom link, which is also going to be on Canvas, and the passcode. Okay, so you want to set up meetings with me via email or show up in the virtual office hours, which are Tuesdays 2 to 3:30. Now, as you see right now that the course summary, this will keep populating as we go forward in the semester. But you'll notice that the first week of classes, August 23rd to 26th, we're not having any classes. And this is to do with the fact that I'm teaching an intensive summer course talking about how classics figures into the commemoration of empire, the commemoration of wars, etc. All right, and so that's basically what you're going to be finding on Canvas. So you'll see links to the assignments. The other people in the class will be here. You can see all the other people there, and you can communicate to them, I suppose, that way. All right, so now the other thing is the class website. So you'll click this link, which will open up the class website, and here, this is the class website. All right, so you'll see this is the homepage, and then on the homepage we have the course description again, links to the syllabus, the lessons, and the assignments. So the lessons are going to be what we will be doing each week, and they'll break down what you should be reading in the textbook, the assignments, etc., the daily assignments. Now the assignments page will be the major assignments that are part of the syllabus. So let's go start with the syllabus first. All right, so the syllabus will be found when you click syllabus, and here you'll see all the details of the syllabus. What's important here for us are the required materials. As I said, we will be no longer using Lushnik, but we will be transitioning to Master Narde's Introduction to Attic Greek. We will be using reading Greek text and vocabulary from JACT, and the online Lushnik's Crito for when we're going to read Plato's Crito. We will be using all the other texts are all going to be available digitally. In fact, all the texts are available digitally. You'll see in a second. You are also required to join Quizlet and quizzes because we're going to be using the flashcards for Quizlet, and I'm going to be making tests, the in-class tests using Quizlet, and the no impact quizzes will be done through quizzes. So you need to join the class for both of those there. Let's see, then there is, here I'll go through the various policies here and assignments. So attendance is going to be 10%. That's whether you're attending in person or if you have to attend via Zoom, you need to attend. So if you miss 3 unexcused absences, you will lose a whole grade point in this class. Students who miss more than 20% of the course, this is the university policy, will receive a failing grade. So you don't want anything like that to happen. We can continue to read the details there, but you'll prepare your homework ahead of time. So assignments are to be done before class. You're expected to demonstrate that you are prepared. So when I call on you, you should respond and have some kind of an answer. Doesn't have to be correct, but it has to at least an attempt. When we start reading adapted texts, you'll be assigned on a rotating basis to create the vocabulary flashcards for the rest of the class. So like say week 1, we're reading Daphnis and Chloe. John will have that week. He'll be the one to enter the vocabulary there. The good thing about the Daphnis and Chloe text we'll be using, it actually has a running vocabulary. So John can just enter what is there. And then the next week it'll be, say, Abigail, it'll be your turn and you'll enter the vocabulary. That way everybody will have access to the flashcards and can study and get your vocabulary going. Because the thing with Greek is, of course, it's not so much the grammar as it is the vocabulary. All right, so 90% of the rest of your 90% of your grade will be done, will be taken care of through our online quizzes. So these quizzes are actually low impact. So you keep taking them over and over until you get 100 by the deadline, and then you get 100. There'll be graded homework. So if I assign homework, you're going to hand it in, or you self-grade in class, and as we go through it, and then you'll hand it in, and I'll record your grade. We'll have a bi-weekly quiz. So every 2 weeks on the Monday, we will have a quiz going over what we did before. There's going to be a midterm, and that's going to be October 11th. And that is going to be 20%. It's going to cover everything that we have done up to that point. It will be in class on paper. All right, there's going to be a group project, group composition. It's going to be a puppet show, dialogue, or story. You guys will discuss it later, but in general, it's going to be a composition where you're going to go into the grammar that you have learned and try to make a dialogue or a puppet show. Ideally, puppet show. I'm pro puppet show. And then there is the MC LLC portfolio assignments. So this is required by the department for our MCL Classics majors and minors. And so basically what this consists of is uploading your assignments after they've been graded to the portfolio website. So you'll upload when you get your midterm, you'll upload your portfolio there. When you finish the group composition, you'll upload your contribution to that. And also a separate item is recorded reading. So we're going to get everyone's pronunciation up to snuff. And so you're going to be required to record yourself reading excerpts of the homework assignments and passages in Greek. And then, of course, there'll be the final exam. That'll be scheduled by the university, and that actually is on December 13th at our class time, which is 1 p.m. And it'll be a 3-hour, you'll have 3 hours. The exam itself will not take 3 hours, but we will use the whole time. You'll have the whole time to check your work. All right, so that's basically the high points of the syllabus. You can go through it yourself, and if you have any questions, you can ask me. All right, so let's get back to the website. And then the other so here under lessons, I'm going to be posting whatever we need to be doing for each class. So you want to check that regularly. There'll also be, Canvas will also have something similar, but you really want to come here to follow the schedule. Because nothing's there right now. And then, so let's go back to the main page. And then there is the resources. So resources are here. When you click on the resources, you'll need to enter the code. And that should open up our resources area. And here in the resources area, we have a Padlet with a lot of the resources. So here are the textbooks. Here is where you'll get a PDF of Master Narde's text. So we'll strongly recommend that you print that out. There is a PDF of the Reading Greek textbook we'll be using. Then there's a PDF of the Daphnis Chloe when we get to it. There's the Lishnik's Crido links that she had posted, or that we had posted. And then there is the Plato that we'll be looking at. And eventually I'll have the True Histories. Professor Brasuelas has actually just finished a text and commentary of the True Histories at this level. And so he promised to give me a copy that I could be using for excerpt that we could be using for this class. So we'll post that later. All right, another thing on the Padlet are flashcards. So already pre-done flashcards for the course. So I have a lot more to add, but we've got me verbs, and with just the first principal part. We have me verbs with all their principal parts, the my verbs, which are deponent verbs. This is vocabulary in Master Narde. We've got some omega verbs, and basically, as we go through the semester, you guys will be learning the top 280 odd most common verbs, and we're going to be doing them through flashcards. I've broken them up into, I hope, reasonable chunks. Then Master Narde has a website for his own book, which is absolutely indispensable. The most important, so he's got drills for you for verb drills, noun drills, principal parts drills, this kinds of stuff. But by far, the most important thing, most useful thing about, they can't even live without it, is his paradigms. He's got paradigms index here. And I'll be constantly referring to his paradigm index as I'm teaching this course. So you can see here, he's got his verb paradigms. We start with, okay, omega verbs, present system. We can do, where is it? The me verbs here, present system, etc. So he's got everything we need to know. He's got nouns, he's got pronouns, adjectives, all the paradigms we need are here. And so we'll be using that constantly. So that's going to be on our website. And so I put some of those there for you. One of the things we're going to have is like fun time. We're going to be using this Greek sentence randomizer to help us get our verbs and nouns declined here. So for example, here's a verb randomizer. So if we just let it roll, there we go. So arates, hey, in the plural with this verb in the future. So you in the active future, because they're all going to be active. So your goal then would be to conjugate the verb according to the plural of the noun and in future. All right, that kind of thing we'll be doing. Okay, and we also have the Greek sentence randomizer. So we can go. Yeah, okay. So then you have to say the livelihoods. It doesn't have to make sense. It's again, the point would be to get you to get your Greek, um, uh, being able to produce the Greek, right? So the livelihoods, plural, begin, and you can choose what tense you want. Were, beginning, began. It's up to you about that. Toward the human being. So something like that. Okay. But the point it would be is just to get you guys able to flip your nouns and verbs, conjugate your nouns and verbs with that. And it'll just be a fun game that we'll do. All right. Now, then we have some grammar books that are on here. There's the Smythe grammar. There's Goodwin's Moods and Syntax. These are just for reference. And there is, again, you have to enter the same code. We'll, as I said, we'll be using a text reading Greek. And so here, let's look at the first one here. Kind of made it into a little bit of a video. Here we go.
Το πλοίον εστιν εν Byzantio. Ente Byzantio, ho hegestratos bainei eis το πλοίον.
This will be covering the readings that we'll be doing all the way up to 4D. After that, it'll be up to you guys to sort of make the readings there. There's also going to be posted here some of the slides for reading Greek. So here we have the first slide for that first one, to ploion. And then here's the text that the person was reading, to ploion estin Byzantio. So yeah, so you'll hear them reading it with a kind of slightly British accent, but you'll learn how to pronounce, and then we will read the stories that go with that. So right now we've posted the first two. There's a couple more I have to add on. And we'll be ending with the 6B, I think, is where we're going to end our reading before we move into real Greek. There are some more online resources over here. The resources, this is the Padlet. And the last thing on the Padlet are these slides, side notes that every time I teach the course, I make some PowerPoints, etc. And so I've posted them here from the last time I taught this, which was 2019, 2020. And so we'll see here, if we go into September, which is where we're going to actually start, we have some slides for verbs. In October, our third declension, so you guys can review that, etc. So there are going to be slides here that you can use as well. So then let's see if we go back here. So then we have, there's a Quizlet archive on this resource page. It has all the Quizlets, and I'll add some more that I've made since, for all the things that we need. So there are Quizlets for how to conjugate the imperfect of tithemi, say. Then here there's going to be a sample of the midterm. There'll also be like details of what will be on the midterm and what to expect. Similarly, there'll be a similar setup for the final exam as well on that. And then here's just the COVID contingency logistics again, basically saying that right now we're going to be having classes in person. However, and it's going to be synchronously via Zoom. However, if anything changes, that is someone tests positive, we will be going back to Zoom. And I'm asking you all you're strongly encouraged to get vaccinated. I'm asking you to sit 6 feet apart from each other, which is going to be easy because there's only maybe 7 of us in the class. Wear a mask if you're not vaccinated. Please don't come to class if you test positive, and let us know so then we can just move everything but I'll get updates anyway. If you have flu-like symptoms, do not come to class. And if you cannot attend because of health reasons, then you notify me in advance and that you're going to be attending via Zoom. Okay. Right. So that is the overview of the website and the syllabus. We'll be looking forward to seeing you guys on the 30th, August 30th. In the meantime, I'm also going to be making a video that reviews some of the verb forms and introduces some of the ones that you guys didn't get to in Lushnech. And I'll post that video on Canvas as well as on the website. I hope you guys have a good week, and we will see you when we come back. And looking forward to meeting you all, and those who seeing again. Let's just have this be a great semester. So, all right then. So see you guys. Bye.